Hey there, welcome to Coffee Break Plans. We are right down to the last 2 weeks of the year, so this week I'm going to do a plan with me for January 2026. So because we're starting a new year and I do my annual planning based on a calendar year, this is also my annual reset. And of course that's a process that I started a long time ago, way back in I think August, when I start to look at what's been working so far and what I'm changing up for the following year, and then starting to order in new planners, new journals, and putting together my planner stack, and also resetting goals and just getting ready. So now I have 3 planners that I'm going to reset today. This is my main disc planner that I do all my future planning in, and I'm going to start with that. I have 4 sections in here. I have my personal, my creative, my goals, and my work. I keep about 3 to 4 months of pages in each section, and I use these layouts to plan appointments, tasks, and any creative projects that I have. So I already selected what covers and layouts and dividers that I'm going to use for 2026, and it's in here the first 4 months. So what I'm going to do now is transfer over any materials and information from here and put them all into this one here, and then I need to archive everything from 2025. I'm also going to get my daily planner. That's this one, and this is my journal that I use to track stuff and to write my daily journal in. I'm going to get some final pieces ready for that, ready to go for next week. And I'm also going to very quickly do my cleaning planner right at the very end, and then everything will be ready to go for 2026. So let's get cracking. So all supplies for my disc planner come from the Happy Planner shop, and some printables that I've bought off Etsy, and I will list the supplies and those creators down below. I also have some cheap plastic discs from Amazon that I use for archiving. So here's 2025's planner. This is Q4. By the time I finish this, everything will be transferred over to my 2026 planner. It'll be archived, or it'll be put back in my planning supplies, and I'll be left with just these silver expanded discs, which I will put away with the rest of my spare discs. So step 1 is to take out all the calendar pages and archive them. Now most of 2025 has been archived in these 2 files already. So I have one for my work stuff and one for all the rest of my stuff. So that's it. That's most of that done. I have done most of that off camera simply because there's personal stuff in there. So my work agenda is all done. Nothing else needs to go into here. These ones, however, I still have the next couple of weeks because I'm doing this on Boxing Day. So there's still a little bit of time left in this year to go, and I've still got stuff to do. And I will put those pages into the back of here once we're all done, but that is pretty much good to go. So the next step is to put the dividers back into whichever planner they came from, so they're ready to use some other time. So I'm pretty sure my work ones came out of this planner, so I'm going to put them back. So that's that put back together. Finally, my creative monthly dividers. I'm pretty sure I'm using the same ones next year. So they're all ready to go when I need them next year. Now I need to move across any information from my lists that I have in here, and I need to transfer them over to my lists in my new planner. I already have some fresh pages ready to go, but I'm going to transfer those over now. Okay, what I've also done off camera is tidied up all my notes and made sure that I've discarded anything I don't need and then carried over anything that I do need. And my very final thing before I kind of do the covers and extra tidy up is to transfer over all my little dashboards and put them in the correct place. I'm also going to transfer over the daily pages that I always have stashed at the back of my planner just in case I need some extra planning space. So the only thing left in here are some weekly goals pages and one little top tab. So the weekly goals I'm going to stash in my goals notebook just in case I need them. We just have the covers and the discs. These covers are from this planner, little Undated dashboard planner. Apologies if you can hear my neighbour's dog barking. I'm just going to put these away in the box that they get stashed in. Success! So very quickly, before I move on to the next reset, this is my disc planner for 2026, ready to go. So these are the Twilight Textures covers and dividers, at least for the first part. I have my nameplate, my future log. Here, I'm going to turn it to the next one though, because it's got some personal information on that first one. Then I go into my lists. Then I have my notes. So I've had these 3 sections at the start for about 8 months now, and it's working really, really well. So I'm going to continue. So this little divider here is the last couple of weeks of December, just so that I still have this in my planner. And then we go into January, and I, of course, use Monday starts. So I print out these printables and glue in the Monday start calendar, and I will go through and do some dates on this shortly. And that goes all the way through to February, the same thing. And I am using the dashboard layout. This is an undated dashboard layout. It's an older one. It still has the Monday through Sunday over here on the left. I don't think they've done that for a wee while now, but I have it all ready to go in my dashboard layout, which is what works really well for me in my personal agenda. Then I have my goals section, and right up the front, because I will do it every single day, is my sleep tracker, and I have a tracker of hours slept plus some notes, as well as an actual graph, so you can see how it changes. So I have quite a lot of information there, and that goes on into my projects. And what I've been finding really useful is I break it down into quarters, and then I write my quarterly goals here, my monthly goals here, and then any weekly tasks here. Then each week I can see what it is due in my goals, and I can write down any particular tasks or assign any task to particular days if necessary. And I found that's working really, really well. Into my creative section, this top tab here, I have my YouTube schedule for 2026 not filled out yet. I do have a draft at the back there. And then we're into January, where I've already glued and dated a Monday start monthly. I use this academic layout to plan my creatives. The top 3 is usually YouTube. These 2 are normally things like theatre or my creative writing, and these 2 are for any other commitments that I have on. Then I know which days they are and how it's going to affect the work that I'm going to carry out with the rest of it. Okay, we're now into February. Those are already starting to come loose, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. The solution is on hand, and it goes all the way through to April, and then we are into my work top tab here, and I have my undated monthly. So at the moment, I'm starting back at work on Wednesday the 7th, so I've put my little this week tab in here. I may end up just taking that whole week off, in which case I will start here, and I'm using the horizontal spread for my work planning. And that goes all the way through to April. And then I always have some daily pages. And in the back, I have a little envelope here, and I think what you do is I haven't actually used it, but you open it up, stash whatever it is you're going to put in there, and then close it back up again. Oh, and I've got it upside down back to front. Actually, I'm going to leave it there because I think it's easy to use. And then I also have this little folder kind of where you can put some items in here. I've used that a couple of times. I haven't yet used this. just going to leave them here for now. If I use them, I use them. If I don't, they're not actually doing much harm at the back here. So I'm all ready to go for 2026. Bring it on, she says optimistically. Okay, the next item that I need to get reset ready to go is my daily planner, which is my trackers and my journal that I fill in. And I've already done a video that sets this all up. So what I'm going to do, what I have done off camera is I have sellotaped in these little ribbons. This is just a tie that came with, I think, some flowers. You would normally use a flat ribbon, which I think is much more practical than these, which are a little bit rounder and are going to dent the pages as I write in them. But because I take them out when I'm writing in my journal each night anyway, I'm not particularly worried. So I'm going to leave them out for now. And there were just a couple of things that I hadn't quite finished off when I was getting ready to go. So the first thing is this front page. It's my financial cycle tracking. I do my finances in 13 4-week cycles to match up with my fortnightly pay cycle. So I've written them all out here. I've already transferred these dates to my spreadsheet that I actually do my financials in. So I don't need that in here anymore. And I also decided I was going to highlight these cycles so that I could see them a little bit easier. Eeek. And I've stuffed it up already, but that's okay. We can recover. Oh no, I haven't. I take that all back. So there's my financial cycles ready to go. And the same thing here. I think I'm just going to ink those in with some black pen. I'm going to do that now. So when it says no lunch, it doesn't mean I'm not going to eat it. It means I'm not going to buy it. So this is a combination of health and spending goals here. And take all these out. I'm also going to put some washi tape on these unused days for January. And I tend to just use the same tape that I use in my reading journal for each month. And that's usually because I just have the supplies out at the same time. So I see no reason to change that. Oh wow, one whole day down the bottom here. And because I know what February's is, I'm going to do that as well. Now it's all very well having decorative plants, but they do get in the way. It's nice, it just adds a nice little bit of colour and interest to an otherwise blank page. I do love the minimal design from Sterling Ink though. I just love the fact that you can add as many colours as you want or just leave it as it is and it still looks great. Right, I'm going to put one of the markers into there. And we're going to take a look and see what else we need to set up here. Alrighty, I think I'm just going to put a little pen mark here. Reasonably light though. Oh, that was a little bit darker than intended, but that's okay. I have a plan. I have a plan. I'm going to do the next one using the bullet end of the Tombow. Chances of me being up before 6 o'clock on any day in January, other than to feed the cat, which I have to do at about 4:30, and I go straight back to bed. Right, I'm just going to leave it for those couple of days, just try that out and see if I like it, and if I do or don't, then we can go from there. So that's good to go. And the absolute last thing that I'm going to do is just sort out my cleaning planner, which is already sorted out for next year, but I just finished doing the last of the tasks today, and I'm now going to remove all of last year's stuff. Well, when I say last year, it's still this year. So these are all done. Changed up all my lists, so these are no good to me anymore. This can come out. And just for a moment to bask in the trackers with all the tick boxes of everything that's been done this year. Hurrah! That can come out now. And we're down to the cleaning tasks here. So that's right at the start. So that's that done. All these can just be recycled. So here we are, ready to go. My 2026 custom Happy Planner ready to go with the first 4 months set up. My daily planner, which I use as my daily journal and my trackers, that is all good to go. And my cleaning planner, which was just that little last afterthought at the end there. So these are set to go and I'm ready for 2026. Well, my planners are ready for 2026. Whether I am is somewhat more of a mystery. So that's it for this week. I hope you've had a great one and a great Christmas and you're looking forward to the new year. And I will see you next week.